Yeah. Yeah. What up? What up? What up? What's going on? What's going on? That logo ain't no false advertising. I'm pretty. I'm real pretty. What's up, fam? What's good with y'all, man? How y'all feeling today? I say, how y'all feeling today? Why? We got the first place Padres by a whole game. By a whole game. So let's take that in before we do anything. I'm John Browner. This is the John Browner Podcast. Welcome one, welcome all. On today's show, we're talking about the road that goes with the Lakers, what happens next with them. We're talking about the Chargers signing a new tight end, and the Padres are taking their first place record on the road. We're going to dig into that more towards the end of the show because they play early today and nothing really happened yesterday because it was a travel day other than they maintained first place. So there's nothing really much to talk about on the Padre end, which we will, like I said, we'll talk about the matchup that they got going on with Milwaukee once we get to that point more toward the end of the show. But up first, we're going to talk about the Lakers. Then we're going to talk about the Chargers. But before we do any of that, I got to tell y'all, man, I really appreciate y'all. This right here, the John Browner Podcast, is at gmail.com. If you want to be on the show, head over to gmail.com. Email me. Tomorrow, my first guest will be a person talking about soccer. Now, here's the deal. SDFC is really big here locally. I want to give it a chance. I want to give y'all a chance to talk to me about that. So let's do that. So I have set it up. He going to get the email, the link tomorrow, and tomorrow he going to come on the show, and we're going to see, and we're going to see how he got. We're going to see what he got. Hopefully he don't get gone. Hopefully he don't get gone. Let me see what else. Take that down. This right here. This is grinding. This is getting there. This is getting there. The March to 300 is getting there, man. I slowly see people coming along to the pod on YouTube, subscribing. I really appreciate that 100%. I really like the activity. Y'all don't understand how much I appreciate y'all being a part of this because trust and believe, man. It's a grind when you solo. It's a grind when you solo, but it makes it worth the while when I see the show slowly picking up subscriptions and slowly picking up speed. And so we got our road to 300, our march to 300. We getting there. And again, I appreciate y'all for taking part in that. It's been dope to watch the show really start to pick up in different places. Let's hit some of these comments before we start the show. Let me see. Shout out to Tito. Let's get schooled from the. That's right. That's right. Morning, Bernard. Let me see what's up. I don't know what the eyeball's about, but okay. You know what? I got to give him credit. He didn't come in hating today. He did not come in. Technically, this isn't hate. This is observation. For the people who listen on the pod, Dad says that the Padres and the Dodgers having mirror seasons as last year. He didn't come in with hate, so that's progress for him. That really is progress for him. So I'm proud of you, dog. You didn't come in here with hate. You didn't come in here with hate. Listen, yeah, man, we gonna put some of this stuff on the hoodie. I'm working on putting some stuff together so that you guys can purchase and help a brother move this program forward. Like I said, I am good looking. So again, it didn't take him long to get to the nastiness, but he got there. What up, homies? What it do? What it do? What it do? Hey, man, look. It is. We will still talk about football on this show. I'm not a big Rams guy. Sorry, I enjoy the Chargers. Y'all know I'm a Harbaugh guy first and foremost. I'm a Justin Herbert guy second. So we will still continue to talk about the Chargers. But most importantly, let's get into what we're going to talk about today. Which one is it? Okay, here we go. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this because there's a lot to unpack here. Y'all saw what happened last night with the Lakers. Y'all really do. Y'all saw what happened with the Lakers last night. So let's have this conversation right now because it is pretty much. Hold on, everybody looking at my blinds. So let's have this conversation. The Lakers get swept last night. Your best player was a 41-year-old man. Your second best player was Austin Reeves, who's due a massive contract. So good on him for rebounding after those first couple of games and earning what looks to be a very large payday. We'll get to that payday in a second. Marcus Smart proved his worth. Watch for that option to get picked up. DeAndre Ayton pretty much made himself unplayable, even though he averaged a double-double in the first series, and he was going along the lines of averaging a double-double now, but I think LeBron had him pulled after he dropped a couple passes. They just found him to be unreliable. He also has a player option. We'll get into that. Rui is a free agent. Luke Kennard is a free agent. You can find Luke Kennard anywhere. Rui's going to want money. LeBron is a free agent. He's going to command money. There's a difference between wanting and commanding. At 42, LeBron's going to command a max contract. You have Luka coming back off an injury. And so now you have to figure out a way to build this roster. Let's start at the most important place. LeBron James. I got to be 100% honest with y'all. My biggest question coming into the year with LeBron being your third best player at the start of the year with a healthy Luka, with a healthy Reeves, and a healthy LeBron. My question was, could LeBron play not even second fiddle? Could LeBron play the tambourine? Or what's that thing like? What's that thing? Whatever that's called. Could LeBron play the harmonica in the back? Could LeBron not be the main guy? Yeah, man. Yes. He answered that question through and through. And I think in actuality, he welcomed that because by the time they got to the end of the year, he actually had some juice to compete against a younger, longer, faster, stronger, healthier Thunder team. When we talk about what happens next with LeBron James, he says he's obviously going to go and recalibrate and think about what he wants to do with his future. They asked Luka, would he want to have LeBron back? Would he want to have AD back, Marcus Smart back? Because he recruited those guys. Is he willing to recruit those guys again? He said, dead face, I don't know, laughed, and then said, you'll see, I'm not telling you. I'm finna say something. You have to bring LeBron back next year. You have to. If you're a Laker fan, I'm sorry. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. But look at LeBron has now proven at 41, going on 42. I'm not expecting him to massively tail off. At 42, LeBron James is now at this point in his best position ever to play sidekick to someone else. LeBron James showed you he can play sidekick to Luka. He showed you he can sit in the back seat behind Austin Reeves. Okay, Austin Reeves was in a passenger seat. Luka's the driver. Bron's in the back seat. Bron proved to you that he could do that. Your problem now is Austin Reeves. Allow me to explain. Austin Reeves is due a contract. He's got a player option next year at $14 million. So you're going to have to pay him, if not the max, somewhere close to the max. This is the best thing that could happen to the Los Angeles Lakers. Austin Reeves has a ton of value. He's got a ton of value. What I don't see happening, and he got exposed. This is the Luka injury. Oftentimes when guys get injured, it exposes certain players. In this particular series, Austin Reeves got exposed in a way that you have to be able to carry the points in a way where you can get 20 to 25 and defend your position as the second best player, or you got to do what Luka does, can be able to get you 40 to 50, but can't guard a soul, can't guard a snow cone. That's Luka, but you can only have one of those. You can't have two of those. And with LeBron's advanced age, you can't have three of those. LeBron can still guard his position, especially when he's the third best player. Austin Reeves cannot guard his position, no matter who it is. Age, whether it be A.J. Mitchell, whether it be Shea Jalen Williams was hurt, but they were bringing guys off the bench looking for him. They were bringing in dudes looking to get off on him. So if you're going to pay him 50 million, 48 million, 45 million, whatever the number may be, and he may be willing to take a discount because he likes being in LA, it's more profitable for him. He can make up whatever he loses on the back end just in advertising alone, playing for the Los Angeles Lakers, or does he want to get the most money possible? If that's what he's looking for, he don't want to trim around the edges so that they can build other pieces on this team, he's the perfect sign and trade for you. Because down the road, your ability by signing and trading him, you can find a place for Rui on that roster under a certain number. Because if DeAndre Ayton's gonna take that player option, buddy, sorry, he not gonna put that money down. And I think if Marcus Smart can't find a better deal, which he couldn't, that's why he ended up on the Lakers in the first place, even though he showed well at the end of the season, he's gonna take that money. So now you need a large sum of money to come off your books ASAP so you can be able to build a team around Luka. The team around Luka now needs to look like the team that Luka took to the finals when they lost to Boston. You need guys who can either shoot threes and play defense or guys who can set screens. That's it. So to me, the team now needs to be Luka first, LeBron second, and parts. Let me repeat that again. Luka first, LeBron second, and parts. And here's why the parts are important. Because after next year, you're going to pay LeBron $50 million somewhere in there. The year after that, that $50 million is gone. You can now build the team in a way that is more fit, and you can get more luxury pieces as that second guy. Because the way that Luka plays, you cannot have another person holding the ball while he's in the game because he doesn't cut off ball. He doesn't set screens. He doesn't necessarily work well as a distraction in a play per se. So if he doesn't have the ball, he's pretty much ineffective in every way. So if I'm the Lakers, I have to accept that because he's so tremendous at scoring the ball. He's such a great passer. He's such a great rebounder. I have to be aware of that, and I have to now build my team around that. And this is where LeBron comes in for next year. This is why I think LeBron will be back. LeBron is the perfect person to put alongside that because LeBron now showed you if Luka's double, you get it to me, I will then make everyone else better. I will make Luke Kennard better. I will find Rui open in spots. I think DeAndre Ayton will be back because of contractuals called player options. LeBron can get it to DA. Luka can get it to DA. So you have a lob threat. I don't know necessarily Jackson Hayes' situation, but he proved to be effective. I hate that he waited to the last game, but he proved to be effective. So now you have two effective bigs, one who can protect the basket and rim run. That I want to say that's DeAndre Ayton, but he struggles catching the ball. So I'm going to call that as Jackson Hayes. But if you remember correctly, before DeAndre Ayton got here, they wouldn't even play Jackson Hayes in a playoff game against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So your bigs have holes. So there are other bigs out there. The Lakers may be able to find something in the draft, but that's not the point of what I want to talk about. The point of what I'm talking about is why LeBron has to come back. That's it. LeBron has to come back. And here's what it looks like if you sign Austin Reeves to a fat contract, which he has earned, and a long-term deal, which he has earned that security. You're now top-heavy in a way where you have three guys that are putting you over the salary cap. Because Luka's at 40-something. Bron's going to be at 50-something because of his time in the league. And Austin Reeves' new contract will be somewhere in the high 40s. That's your cap now. That's your cap. So in the NBA, that's your cap. Everything else now, you're paying luxury tax. And the luxury tax now in the NBA is meant to purposely break your roster in half. The days of having super teams is over. It just is. The days of having super teams are over. You now have to find your own Austin Reeves going forward. You have to find your own AJ Mitchell. You have to look for trades like what the Oklahoma City got from Philly and bring in a kid who can just make threes out of nowhere. You've got to now do your work as a front office, and I believe because the Lakers under new management will be able to do that because they'll have more resources. It's not mom and pop anymore. You'll be able to find guys like Oklahoma City has found guys. You'll be able to find guys like Boston can just find a guy, bring him off the bench, and he could get buckets. You're going to have to be able to do that now if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, if you keep Austin Reeves. Now, if you let Austin Reeves go in a sign-and trade, you now have some flexibility going forward with just Luka and LeBron at the top of your ticket. I believe that helps the team. I believe defensively you'll be able to build around this roster and make it more competitive. Everybody, every adult player in the NBA can score. You read a 19-year-old guy, I don't know about those types. 19, 20, 21. I don't know if they can score in the league. Any 30-year-old vet behind Luka and LeBron can score. Look at what Luke Kennard looked like for a week, 2 weeks probably. Look what Marcus Smart looks like now. Because you have leadership ahead of them. These guys know their role. What the Lakers are looking for now behind Luka and LeBron are absolute 100% lock and key rotational players, role players, unless you find a guy like a AJ Mitchell. Like you have to now find one of these guys like Jarrett Kane, who the Orlando Magic got at the G League, who had the dunk of the playoffs. You now have to find these guys now and fill this roster out. You got to find a way to have a rim runner. You got to find a way to have a power forward 3 and D. You got to find a way to have a backup point guard. You got to find these things now. This is how you have to build this team, knowing that Luka can't guard anybody and LeBron can barely guard his position, but he can in a playoff situation during the regular season. Forget about it. So now you need 3 guys who are on the floor who can simply lock in on defense. Because you have those 2 guys filling the scoring need, and Bron can make sure that those guys get touches and those guys get points at certain spurts of the game. That's your team. That's your team now. You can't dilly-dally with, you got to let Austin Reeves go. You got to let him go. He will get paid because it'll be a sign and trade situation, and you can even use the sign and trade to start building those pieces in. You can use the sign and trade as the first chip and going in that direction. So, because he's going to command a lot of money. He earned it. Austin Reeves earned it, but he earned it as the second option somewhere else. Like Austin Reeves in Brooklyn, that's great. Austin Reeves in Austin Reeves in Dallas, that looks great. Austin Reeves in New Orleans, that looks great. Austin Reeves on the Lakers, now you are jumbled at the top financially, and you just cannot put yourself in that situation right now. There are good trade chips and pieces out there that you can use in a sign and trade with Austin Reeves. He has a lot of value on the open market, and the Lakers need to take advantage of that. Let's look at some of the comments we got here. Let me see. Endless runner, trade everyone for Giannis. Keep Luka. Let's talk about Giannis for a second. Okay, Giannis in the purple and gold isn't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. At this point, you would be foolish to trade for a guy who's younger than LeBron and been more injured. As great as he is, we don't know if he can play number 2. As great as Giannis is, whoever comes here, you're number 2, unless it's Wemby, which that ain't gonna happen, or Joker, and that ain't gonna happen. So outside of those 2 dudes, buddy, it's Luka. And if you can't play second fiddle, you cannot come here. I don't know if Giannis can do that. And do you want to roll the dice and take that gamble? As a Laker fan, do you want to do that? I don't know. This is dead. Let LeBron go. Why run the same thing that hasn't worked the past 4 years? Because you had Luka half the year. He got hurt, so you really didn't get the return on investment at the end of this year. And again, like I said, you've now seen LeBron for a year and a half show you that he can play at any place on the floor. He can play in any role on the floor and succeed at it. You're not going to find a guy who can do that out there on the free agent market. That's why it's important to bring him back. Let me see what else we got here. AR is great 6-man type, but won't happen anytime soon. Yeah. Let me see. Let me see. Andre, Lakers should retain Rui and LeBron, let the rest walk. I agree. I 100% agree with you. And this is what I'm saying. This is the situation that they're playing themselves into. Uh Michael, what the contract? If it's a max, nah, that's the contract. That's the contract. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying, and this is the conversation that the Lakers, I guarantee you, are having right now, because Luka's already put out a statement this morning saying he will not play for the the Slovenian national team this year. So this is in motion already. This is this is what good organizations do. The second the season's over, the upstairs people get to work. When the downstairs guy, when the players are done, the upstairs guys get to work. Immediately, Luka has already put out a statement saying he will not play for the Slovenian national team this year. Because next year, he wants to be focused on the championship in a Laker uniform. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see. And the Lakers have to match that energy. Rob Pelinka has to find a way to match that energy. And if he can't, then find somebody who can. And because of that, I honestly think that you're going to get Luka, you're going to get LeBron, and then you're going to fill the rest of this roster out with guys who can either play defense and shoot threes, or I'm sorry, either play defense, shoot threes, or protect the basket. Those are the three things that the Lakers will be looking for this offseason. You do not need score. You need a six man. You need a six man. So I'm pretty sure they'll look around the league and try to find a six man. But this Austin Reeves situation, bro. Again, great season. Great season. Great season. But that is now tradable. That's the value. He's giving you value. Now take the value he's given and get the maximum out of it. Mason Miller, that thing. If you're the Lakers, you need to turn him into a Mason Miller type player. Somebody who can come in, fill a role as best as that role can be filled, and get the maximum amount out of it. So that, I like it. I like it. I like it. Super says LeBron has bigger numbers than MJ in elimination games. This is because MJ didn't face that many eliminations. Man, we will never. Hey, y'all, listen. We will never poison this show with that conversation. We will never poison this show with that conversation at all, under no circumstances. Period. Okay. There's a couple things that we will try to avoid, like the goddamn COVID virus at the height in the 2020 year. Politics and who's better, LeBron or Jordan. Those are two things I'm trying my hardest on this show to 100% avoid. I don't want them here. Political conversations, I don't want them here. And LeBron versus Jordan, I don't want them here. Religious conversations, I don't want them here. This is a space for sports and entertainment and comedy and laughter and joy. And those three things only create divisiveness. So I want to try to stay away from those things just so we're all clear. Yeah, man. So that's my situation. That's what I think. Let me throw a poll up here. Let me go. Widgets, new poll. I need all y'all to participate in this. Who you keeping? Bron, AR, both. Add an option. Ooh. There we go. Here we go. Now, to make this work, you got to do 1, 2, 3, or 4. You got to hit those numbers to get that to work. Let me know what y'all think. Who you keeping? Bron, AR, both, or neither? Let me see y'all votes. Let's see where we go from here. We'll see where we go from there. Let that run for a little bit. We'll retouch that back at the end of the show. We'll keep that running. Let me see what else we got. As always, I want y'all to continue to pass the word about the show because we march into 300. We are marching to 300. We're trying to see how many. We're trying to get to 300 sponsors. I wish I had 300 sponsors. We're trying to get to 300 subscribers. 300 subscribers on YouTube. So if you're new to the show, I'm John Browner. You're listening to the John Browner podcast. You're watching John Browner. That is my face, but that is not my body, not yet. Trying to get to 300 subscribers so we can monetize the show, but also just to grow the show, get more people under the tent to continue to have more fun. So let's keep working towards that. If you want to email the show, you can always do that at the John Browner podcast at gmail.com. Now, up next, let's talk about something that I know some of y'all may be moved by this. Some of y'all not. We'll keep the poll. The poll will keep going. I think the poll. Let me make sure the poll's still going. Widgets. Show it again. Make sure it's up so y'all can know to vote. Let's talk about this. Let me see. Make sure I got that right. Okay. The Chargers signed. I want to see how this conversation goes. I'm very interested in this. So we're going to talk about the Chargers on this show to some dismay. And when football season comes around, this show will still exist. Again, I'm paying for it, so I own this property. We will be here as long as we want to be here. The Chargers in the offseason will make signings. They've made draft picks. We'll talk about the schedule release. The schedule came out today. On this show, we'll primarily talk about the Chargers. We'll primarily talk about the Rams. We'll spend a lot of time probably talking about the Chicago Bears. During the year, I will try to get some reporters on from those respective teams, people who cover those teams, so we can get a variety of things. We'll talk a lot NFC West, AFC West, and we'll talk about the Chicago Bears, obviously, because the Chicago is where I'm from. Oh, I forgot to put the 8 up for Days Without Being Canceled. Give me a second. Hold up. That was a lazy 8, but it's an 8 nonetheless. So the Chargers signed David Njoku. David Njoku was on the Cleveland Browns last year. He found himself to really get hot, make a name for himself. I think this is a very good sneaky signing. I like David Njoku a lot, a whole lot. And so me personally, I think that this is a really good signing for the Chargers. It now gives them they drafted a very good offensive lineman whose name is escaping me right now. You bring back the 2 tackles who are considered the best tackles in the business. I mean, but now don't ask me that because they keep getting hurt. So the best ability is availability. You add David Njoku to the offensive weaponry that they already had. Gasson showed up last year at tight end. So now you add Njoku to that. So now you can start doing 2 and 3 tight end sets. That really improved the team last year with the ability to block, running the ball more. Omario Hampton, I think, will have a much better year next year. At the wide receiver position, they have not yet done anything of note. I thought the fact that the Bills were able to get DJ Moore and the Chargers didn't pull the trigger on that. The A.J. Brown is a June 1st situation, and that really feels like that's a Patriot situation. I think Stephon Diggs will wiggle free at some point. So that'll be out there. We've seen Tyreek Hill out there, but there are, rumblings that that's more of a reunited, and it feels so good with the Kansas City Chiefs situation. And so the available wide receiver market is looking kind of sketchy right now. They didn't necessarily get any big names in the draft as far as the wide receiver acquisition went. So I don't know about the wide receiver room. Y'all already know how I feel about McClunky. Good receiver, but he's a 3. He's a slot guy. You need an X receiver. You need a 1 guy. You need a 1 receiver, and they have not found that yet. And I think to really maximize Justin Herbert, I think Mike McDaniel is going to get a lot out of whatever you give him. I think Mike McDaniel is going to give you a lot out of whatever you give him now that he's just the offensive coordinator. He's shown his brilliance in that, whether it was in Washington with the Redskins or whether it was in San Francisco with the 49ers, and now he's sitting here with Harbaugh. So I think you're going to see a lot of really fresh, interesting looks with Justin Herbert. Outside of that, I think that there's still a move to be made. I don't know what that move at the wide receiver position is. I think the defense is fine. Obviously, Derwin James, obviously, Khalil Mack. I think the defense is going to be fine. I don't have a problem with what's on the defensive side of the ball. but we've got to find a way. The Chargers have got to find a way to find something else at wide receiver. David Njoku is a big step in the right direction. I think you're going to see numbers for him jump off the board. It's simply because, if anything, he was on the Cleveland Browns his entire career. The Cleveland Browns have had more quarterbacks than the Chargers have had offensive linemen in the last couple of years. So David Njoku with a top 5, top 7 quarterback now, with a top 5 offensive coordinator, with a top 5 coach, I think that they'll be able to put David Njoku in positions where he will absolutely be able to get the best out of him. And I think it'll be better for this offense moving forward. So that's what I think. That's my belief. We'll see how it works out. I'm not 100% sure. Neither are you. What else we got here? Let me see. So the Chargers, I just talked about Chargers. The Padres hit the road. Let's talk about our first place Padres. The Padres are hitting the road. Let me dig through this. The Padres are going to hit the road. They're playing Milwaukee today at 12:20. I think it's 12:20 our time. Let me be 100% sure, because I don't want to mislead none of my peepers. Yep, they're playing Milwaukee at 4:40, so 1:40 our time. It's Matt Waldron against something named Brandon Sport. Let me just show y'all what I'm poorly reading. Hold on. Let me see. Boom. As y'all know, we walk through this together. So y'all finna watch me roll through this so we can all look at this together. The Padres are 24-16, 11-16 on the road. The Milwaukee Brewers are 22-16, 13-8 at home. So you're looking at a really good series, actually. Let me. Can y'all see? Let me make this bigger. There we go. So there are your records right there. 22-16, 24-16, 22-16. So these are two really good teams. Matt Waldron against Brandon. I don't even know how you pronounce that. I didn't know Matt Waldron's ERA was 7. Yikes. This guy's no better. He's 0-2. His is 5.8. Let me see. He's also given up 7 home runs, 18 walks, and 13 Ks. That's barely a 2-to-1 walk strikeout ratio, so that's good. And 30 innings pitched. Coming into this, did y'all know that Xander Bogaerts? Are you guys aware? Because Xander got a lot of shit from people around here. Xander got a lot of shit from folks around here for a long time. Did you guys know that Xander Bogaerts leads the team in home runs, batting averages, and RBI? Did you guys know that? Have you? Let's visit this again. Oh, what up, JD? You in the building? Let me see. What JD talking about? Haven't been able to hop on lately. My bad. Yo, been work. Hey, man, get your money, dog. Get your money. But I've been catching up on the show every day. Any plans to make the show longer? No, I don't think you guys want to hear me talk for an hour. No, 30 to 45 minutes is the length of the show. Oh, no, you don't. No. You don't get to do that. You are late. First of all, you're late. 2, you don't get to do that in here. And you know why you don't get to do that in here, sir. There's no. X definitely gonna give it to you. Can we now relax on this guy? Again, I understand why you were giving him shit. I totally get it. I'm on board with it. I backed him, and then I stopped backing him, and then he turned it around when I stopped backing him, because, that's how things go. But come on, y'all. Come on, man. The dude is now leading the team in home runs, batting average, and RBIs. This was a guy that people were talking about DFAing at some point last year. They were talking about getting this guy off the roster, and now he's your best player. Who listens to this show? Who has followed, whether it be Kaplan and crew or this iteration of the show, the John Browner podcast? Who here would have ever thought that Xander Bogaerts would be their best player? Who? Because I didn't. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But this man, I'm talking about better than Tatis, better than Merrill, better than Manny. Hey, you name the player, man. This guy is brace yourself. He's carrying the team. He is carrying the team. Oh, man. Wait, what did you say? I accidentally put soup on the screen. Hold on. Browner, can you please stop watching the Padres for a week? I remember last year you stayed away and they weren't defeated. Bruh, they doing well now. I'm watching. Don't be that guy, soup. Don't be a hater, fam. Don't be a hater, fam. Let me yeah, I mean, listen, you might still be in trouble, but I disagree. I disagree. Let's talk about this real quick. Browner, would be cool if you did a live game show Thursday since the Padres play at 10:40. Y'all want to do that? Y'all want to do that? Y'all want to do a live show at 10:40? We could do a watch Thursday. Yeah. I think we could do that Thursday 10:40. Let's plan around that. So Thursday Padres play at 10:40. At 10:40, we're gonna do a watch. We're gonna finish the game. We're gonna watch the whole game from 10:40 from beginning to end. Y'all down to do that? Y'all down to do that? Because we want to mix it up. We want to be able to give you different things. So let's talk. Let's do that. Live and jab. I don't think that's the way to go about doing that. I don't think that's going to be the slogan. Well, we're not going to call it live and jabbing. Okay, that's not. But all right, it looks like that's what y'all want to do. Okay, cool. I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. Okay, so plan it. Live watch on Thursday at 10:40. I will send everybody listen, head to the John Browner podcast at Gmail. Let me put it up. Head to the John Browner podcast at gmail.com. We will do a live watch. I don't know how many links I'll look and see how many links I can give out. But I think it's like 10. But I will give out as many links as I can. And you guys, we can all watch the show together. So if you want to do this, if you want to watch the watch, if you guys want to all watch together and be able to comment, we can. But email me at the John Browner podcast at gmail.com, and I'll send you guys the link on Thursday, and we'll all watch this thing together at 10:40. So now, because this is what y'all want to do, we're not going to start the show until like 10:35. Okay? So don't be coming around here looking for me to be talking for 40 minutes and then to talk for the entire time while this goddamn game is going on. 10:40, the show will start at 10:35, from 10:35 to last pitch, or till they get blown out or they blowing them out. Because Milwaukee's a good team, so we don't know what we're going to get. But we're going to watch this thing all together. I will send links, and we will do a live watch, and we'll see where it goes. And then if the live watch goes good, hell, we'll do a live watch at every 10:40. How does that sound? I don't know that because there's not a lot of them. So let's plan on doing that at a 10:40 on Thursday. But tomorrow we got soccer talk. Coach is going to come on. He's going to talk soccer. So, Coach, be ready. Don't come in here and get booed because, again, they will boo you. You know these people. They're vicious. So come ready with your shit tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to send you the link in the morning. Yep. Soccer cast. Tomorrow, soccer cast with Coach. Tomorrow we'll cover the game a little bit, and then we'll get into the soccer. Now, let's talk about okay, let's go back to our poll. Let's finish up with the poll. The widgets. Show poll. Let me get some of this stuff off the screen. Okay, so we asked earlier in the day, who are you keeping? Bron, AR, both, or neither? Surprisingly, 27% said neither. That's shocking to me, by the way. That's really shocking to me. Do not call it live and jive, okay? We're not calling it live and jive. The Lakers Crystal Davis, the Lakers should sign free agents Trae Young, Zach LaVine. Trae Young's not a free agent. And trust me, as a Bulls fan, you don't want Zach LaVine anywhere the Los Angeles Lakers. You don't want it anywhere near the Los Angeles Lakers unless he's going to play for half his salary and he's going to be a sixth man because he can get buckets. Kelly Oubre would be a fantastic pickup for the Lakers. I don't know his contract situation. Kelly Oubre Jr. would be a fantastic pickup for the Lakers. That's the type of person I'm talking about getting for the Lakers. The Kelly Oubre Jr., Jaden McDaniels is too good, so you won't find yourself anywhere near a guy like that. DeJounte Murray could be a good sign and trade piece from the New Orleans Pelicans. Jalen Suggs could be a good piece from Orlando. Like there are guys out there who are defensive oriented. You're not going to get anywhere near any of these Thompson twins, Asar or Amen, because they're franchise really cornerstones for what they're doing. But those are the type of guys that you need to find on your roster. I think the Lakers would be. I don't think this is going to happen, but the Lakers would really get the most out of a guy like Patrick Williams. The Bulls have a guy by the name of Patrick Williams, who is absolutely underachieved as the number 2 or 3 or 4 option, but he could shoot the three and he can play defense. Imagine Kawhi Leonard if he couldn't score. That is Patrick Williams. He can guard the ball, he can play different positions, and he can knock down corner threes. He can't dribble, he can't get to the basket, and he's very hit and miss. But those are the type of guys you need to start finding around this Laker roster. Excuseless runner, probably pick up bum Kawhi. Hey, I don't know what's going to happen with the Clippers now because the league is investigating this whole contract payment that they were giving Kawhi side money. So that's up for debate. So we'll see. Crystal Davis, the new Embiid contract kick in, so they owe him $50 million a year. So have fun with that in Philadelphia. So Oubre might shake free. I think there's going to be a lot of guys who shake free. I think Miles Bridges' contract. I think he has a 1 year left on his deal. There are a lot of guys around the NBA. Here's a perfect example. If the Lakers can land a Derek White type, unbelievable, fantastic pickup. There's a guy by the name of Deron Sharp on the Brooklyn Nets. He would be a great big for the Lakers. They're undersized but physical, can offensive rebound, can set screens. There are guys out there who the Lakers may have an opportunity. I think Nikola Vucevic, who sat the bench for the Celtics, came from the Bulls. I think he'd be a great addition. His defense is suspect, but pick and pop with Luka, he'd be absolutely deadly. Absolutely deadly. So like I said, there are pieces out there. I don't want Al Horford anywhere near the Lakers. There are pieces out there. But we will see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right. I think that's pretty much it for us today. We're gonna stop the poll, man. Good poll. Good poll. I appreciate y'all. That was a good poll. We'll cover what happens in the Padres game. Let's continue to work on getting the 300 subs on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all, man. And we'll pick this thing up tomorrow talking Padres. Until then, take it easy, man. Peace. I think, hold on. Oh, there we go. My bad.